But let's just be clear. What Biden said is literally why this is a manufactured crisis. The debt ceiling, our nation's credit limit, is not a legitimate thing to be negotiated any more than whether or not you can refuse to pay your credit card bill until your spouse negotiates next year's holiday spending budget is legit. You literally have to pay the bill for the money you already spent on your card, regardless of what you intend to spend going forward. And if you've reached your credit limit and you have a AAA credit rating like the U.S. does, you can call your card company and they can raise your limit. The end. And Republicans know this. Trust me, they know it because they raised the debt limit 3 times when Trump was president. No questions asked. It's only when a Democrat is president that they threaten to torch our national credit rating by not paying the bill. That is exactly what they did when Biden's old boss, President Obama, was in the White House in 2011, holding that administration hostage the exact same way with the same demands to slash spending on the working poor and their kids and health care, and earning the U.S. its first credit downgrade ever. And the Senate Majority Leader at the time, one Addison Mitch McConnell, admitted what he learned from that awful exercise was that the U.S. economy is a hostage worth ransoming. Boom. So now we are here again because one party has once again decided to take us here on purpose. And if you don't want to believe me, here's the evidence.
This is a president that is failing the American people. So I think that bodes very well for the Republican field.
That is Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna Romney McDaniel. She has Michael Steele's old job. Joining the Quiet Part Out Loud Club with Matt Gaetz, who said earlier this week that he and his MAGA colleagues do not feel like they should negotiate with our hostage. Speaker, in scare quotes, Kevin McCarthy's real boss in the House, Marjorie Taylor Greene, had a different take.
No one is freaking out. No one is concerned about this mystery date that Janet Yellen has thrown out like it's going to actually crash America. Regular Americans living their lives day in and day out. Don't worry about the government shutting down.
Okay, this is why they laughed at you. Okay, Marge. Tell that to the mortgage holder at the CrossFit gym that you own. You know, the one that you got that sweet PPP grant money for? Or the senior citizens in your district in rural Georgia who won't get their checks if the debt limit isn't resolved by June 1st, because seniors are among the regular Americans who will be the first to suffer. A potential default means $47 million in Medicare provider benefits and $12 billion in veterans benefits will not be paid on June 1st either. Then on June 2nd, $25 billion in Social Security payments will go unpaid. Payments to the oldest and poorest Social Security recipients, retirees older than 88 years, and seniors with especially low incomes will get the chop first. You know that's next week, right? But Republicans seem stoked to not pay America's bills, to own the libs. Oh, did I mention that $12 billion in veterans benefits are also at risk? The Veterans Administration warned of catastrophic effects for the more than 7.1 million veterans and their families whose benefits will not be paid out. But the most galling part is not just what Republicans are doing, playing with the livelihoods of regular Americans and claiming no one gives a crap, but that they're doing it this weekend. This weekend, the timing, as House Democratic Whip Catherine Clark pointed out.
I don't know how my colleagues across the aisle who voted for the Default on America Act are going to look our veterans in the eye this Memorial Day. You have presented our country with an impossible choice: devastating cuts or devastating default, hungry families or homeless seniors, kids without classrooms or parents without jobs. And now you're sending us home with no resolution.